Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, how are you doing?
May I ask, what are the highlights of your ComicCon experience? It can be from here or from the US. Or maybe what's the craziest encounter you've had with a fan?
Oh, I don't know. Yesterday was, yesterday was really lovely watching the footage from Captain America 3. I think the strength of the whole Marvel universe and the company as a whole is that they are a company made up of fans. The people making the movies from the bottom to the top, Kevin Feige at the top, are fans. And so you feel like the object is really well protected. And 10 years ago, a situation like this wouldn't have happened, where they'd have flown out one of the actors from America. I'm from England, but I live in America, and I would have come and met everybody and heard their reaction. And I think it's important. I think it's important to know, what is it you want to see? What is it? Are you happy with the job that we're doing? And sitting there with thousands of fans screaming at the screen was really reassuring that we're not messing it up.
All right.
Good. Before you came here to the Philippines, what did you think of the Philippines? And did you ever expect that you have that you do have Filipino fans?
That I do have Filipino fans?
Yes.
As I say, for me it's such a, as I just said, it's such a fabulous thing to be able to really travel and meet people who feel really invested in the work that you're doing. So that's extraordinary. What I realize about these trips are they're entirely oriented around doing that, and my experience of the Philippines, I realize, is going to be this room and my hotel, because I get ferried from one place to another, and that very soon I need to come back with my family and really experience it, because it is it's the shame of this kind of travel. You feel like people say, how were the Philippines? You say, well, it was a bit like the Four Seasons Hotel in LA. It was a bit like the Four Seasons Hotel in because you're not taken out. So I absolutely would love to bring my family here on a trip that wasn't so business orientated and really and travel. We did it one time when we were in. And it's all to do with scheduling and timing. My wife is working, so I have to get home and be a dad. So one time we were in Tokyo selling a movie that my wife Jennifer Connelly was in, and we were able to stay for 2 weeks afterwards and really travel on our own without, and it was wonderful. But too often the case is that I come to a new country and I experience it in an air-conditioned room, and that makes me sad.
Where would you like to visit? Like, we're famous for our beaches.
Yeah, but the way I sort of, the good thing about my job is when I'm filming, I live somewhere. I'll stay in a country for 5 months and you can really experience what the country is like. Doing press is really different. Now, when I do that, mostly I do it, for me it's about eating. I'll go and eat in local places and slip past my security and go off on my own, and I've never ever got into any trouble. I've always had great. So I tend to sort of meet people through food. So that's what I'd like to do. Thank you.
Next one.